Just move my mic. Welcome to my live stream of last night's AEW. I've just finished watching it now. I would have watched it uh, way earlier, but it's on at like ridiculous o'clock in the UK, and I've already been up like once this week watching wrestling until 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm doing my reaction now. Yeah, no, it was an okay show. Probably not as good as last week's Dynamite, to be honest. There weren't loads and loads of matches. There was quite a bit of building towards Forbidden Door. Obviously, I was quite intrigued with all the stuff with Okada and stuff, which I'll get onto in a minute. And Briscoe versus MJF, which I'm guessing is going to end up being the one of the matches at Forbidden Door. But yeah, we'll jump straight into it. So it came from the uh, Akron Ballroom. Is that right? From Chicago, am I saying that right? Can I just say first things first? I absolutely love that arena. It just reminds me of like old school. I mean, I don't know if ECW were ever there, but it seems very much like an ECW arena. Yeah, no, it was really, really good. Tight, compact, hot crowds, very intimate setting. So I really like the arena because I think AEW have got residency, if I can say the word, there for the next 5 or 6 weeks. So they've had 3 weeks already, so they're there for another 3 weeks. So yeah, that should be good. Very impressive arena. So we had FTR versus Jet Speed. So FTR won that match, and presumably now are the number one contenders. I don't know if they confirmed that, but I'm guessing it's going to be FTR versus the Hurt Syndicate. Um, but basically, Stokely, the manager, came out and he was like, Adam Copeland's an animal, etc., etc., etc." Then all of a sudden, Cope's music hits. He um, he comes out and Stokely's like, "You can't touch me or FTR," blah 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 blah. And Copeland's like, "Oh yeah, I know I can't touch you, but I hired these guys." And it turns out that Copeland had hired the Syndicate to attack FTR, which I'm guessing leads onto their title match. So all of a sudden, the Hurt Business are now faces um, in the space of one episode, which is fine. I mean, they were pretty much that already because, like, they're constantly getting that chant of "We hurt people, we hurt people, we hurt people." So they're pretty much our faces anyway. Um, so yeah, in terms of where Cope goes from that with FTR, I don't know because he's obviously got that. Okay, cool. Um, he's obviously got that contract. Not contract. What am I trying to say? Um, he's got that stipulation where he can't actually go against FTR or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know where we go from there. In terms of what happened next, there was the match between Hangman and Wheeler Yuta. So Hangman comes out basically really, really pissed off after what happened to Colt Cabana on Collision the other day when he got hung by the Death Riders. But as he was about to go out, MJF's like waving the contract in his face, saying, "Why won't you face me?" and blah blah blah. And Hangman's like, "You've got to basically cash that in or earn an opportunity." So Hangman comes out, so it's him versus Wheeler Yuta. I didn't see all this in a row, kind of thing. Um, so it might be out of sequence. So I apologise about that. So Hangman basically beats Wheeler Yuta. Reasonable match, not the best I've ever seen either lad. I have to be completely honest. But then Hangman gets this chain, same sort of chain that they hung Colt Cabana with, and basically beats the living tar out of Wheeler. Um, it's interesting actually in terms of a wrinkle and the storyline for the Death Riders, and this is probably why they're going to start splitting apart. You would have thought soon, but Hangman, while he was beating up, was saying, "No one's coming for you. They don't respect you." And I've noticed recently that Wheeler Yuta is taking a hell of a lot of punishment for the Death Riders. I mean, Castagnoli obviously loses quite a few matches. Obviously, not a lot happens to Mox, but Yuta seems to be taking a great deal of punishment. So I wouldn't be surprised if, in terms of fractures, he's the first person to go. I'm just wondering whether they might. I'm wondering whether they might like sort of get a new member of the Death Riders, and maybe Yuta comes out as the comes out of it all as a face. Maybe there's some sort of switcheroo swerve coming with Darby Allin. Maybe he's going to end up in the Death Rider. I don't know, but I would imagine that Wheeler Yuta is not long for this earth in terms of the Death Riders. Um, then you had MJF getting into a backstage argument with the Hurt Syndicate. Renee Paquette was basically interviewing them, saying what's this all this about the arrangement with Adam Copeland, and then MJF was kicking off, being an idiot. Um, uh, okay. Um, yeah. So basically, MJF comes out and he's really, really annoyed with the Hurt Syndicate, and then all of a sudden, Lashley pins him against the wall and basically says, "We're not your lackeys," and this, that, and the other. And then says, "I don't want you in the Hurt Syndicate," and then all of a sudden does that. So, like from last week, where they were all best buddies, now presumably MJF is no longer in the Hurt Syndicate, which is really, really weird because it's just like you kind of need to build up to that. I do wonder whether that's a bit of a swerve as well, because it just seemed that after all that work they did building up the MJF Hurt Syndicate storyline, to just end it after one business deal seems really weird. Um, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. One of the big headlines from Dynamite tonight was what happened with Will Osprey. So Osprey, I'm assuming storyline wise, comes out basically said from England, randomly without telling, as you do. I mean, Will Osprey is uh, a bit radged in the head sometimes, and he's a bit English, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's actually like done that properly. Hi, hero. You all right, mate? How you doing? Um, so it wouldn't surprise me if Osprey did that, but I do find that a bit unlikely. Anyway, so he has a like a promo in the ring with Tony Schiavone, um, where basically he's just said, I'm not sure about the medical terminology, but I think his C6 and C5 have been really, really busted up, and he's got a massive neck injury, but it's not like a huge to the point where it's going to put him out for ages and ages and ages. And he should make it to Forbidden Door. Now, I'm actually going to Forbidden Door in London in at the O2 Arena in like 4 weeks on Sunday, I think, and I absolutely love Will Osprey. Um, yeah, okay. There's a bit of a theme here. I'm not really getting why I'm getting all those, but thanks anyway. Yeah, so Will Osprey basically, I think what they're basically allowing themselves is time for maybe uh redoing the main events if he can't make it, because obviously Will's pictured in Forbidden Door, in all the merchandise, in the banners, and this, that, and the other. And obviously, he's going to be the most over person there with being English and, well, obviously, being one of the world's great wrestlers. Um, but yeah, uh, I would be absolutely gutted if Will Osprey wasn't at Forbidden Door, because I absolutely love the guy. So I really, really hope he's back. But obviously, it goes without saying his health is far more important than me seeing him. Um, yeah, guys, I think you might be on the wrong channel. I'm not really getting all the religious things. I don't know where this is coming from. If you've obviously, if you like God and stuff, that's absolutely cool. So does my son. So does my missus. She's a Christian, but I'm not really getting that. Sorry. Um, what time do you normally start? Oh, hi, Phil. It depends. So what I'm doing is, because I've just been given my pass for doing live shows on YouTube recently. I've scheduled a few now. So my plan is going forward, I'm gonna go to try and do Dynamite reactions at hopefully about 8 o'clock on Thursday morning. So that's, I don't know where you are, mate, but that's UK time. So if it was, I don't know, America, it would be about like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that for Dynamite. Um, yeah, I'm gonna start turning off some of these things now, I think. Um, yeah. Sorry, folks. I'm having to. I don't know why I'm being attacked by trolls. I'm not entirely sure um what's going on here, but just to say, and I've said this before on my channel, if you are rude on the channel, then I will report you to YouTube. So just as a warning, like, bit of interaction's fine, but I'm not here to be abused. I don't really care about your comments and your stupid culture war and stuff or whatever that is, but yeah, not welcome on the channel, so please don't make any more stupid comments, thank you. Anyway, so yeah, so hopefully Osprey's back for AEW Forbidden Door. But we'll just have to wait and see. So next thing that I saw was Tony Storm versus Billy Starks. That was actually a good match. Actually, I've not seen too much of Billy Starks. Work before. I believe she's in Ring of Honor with Athena. So Athena, obviously, is the ROH champion, and she's looking to get the two belts with Tony Storm, winning her AEW World Championship, Women's AEW World Championship. Um, so Starks had a match, and there was a random stipulation put in there where if Starks won, she would be the #1 contender. I mean, I don't know how that would have worked. I mean, I'm assuming they would have made it a triple threat match at presumably Forbidden Door with Athena. Um, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was kind of weird, but no, it was really good. I was quite impressed with Billy Starks. Like I said, I've not seen her wrestle before. Tony Storm obviously is more niche. She's absolutely awesome. Really, really cool. Yeah, but at the end of the day, Tony Storm won the match with one of his submissions. But then Billy Starks actually ended up hitting Tony Storm with I can't remember what it was, possibly with a belt. I think it was her belt. And then she calls Athena down because Athena was basically watching for the rafters. She comes flying down, hits her with the contract. Um, they also, oh, not cool as well. They also attacked Aubrey Edwards. Like, I'm a massive Aubrey fan, and I'm not cool with that at all. Fair play for Aubrey taking the bump, but yeah, leave Aubrey alone. Horrible people. So, and then all of a sudden, that was it. Alex Windsor comes out. Um, but she's really good, by the way. She's really, really good. You can tell she's a very, very good pro wrestler. Came out and basically cleaned house. What her connection is to Tony, I'm not too sure. I think she's, I don't know if anyone can correct me, I think she's in a feud with Billy and Athena in Ring of Honor, possibly. I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments if you know. Yeah. By the way, folks, I'm really sorry about all that 2 or 3 minutes ago. I appear to have been the target of like random troll people the last couple of weeks. It's probably because the channel's getting bigger, and I've got not loads obviously because I'm still under 1K, but I'm getting a lot more exposure. I'm not really understanding why I'm being targeted for. I have absolutely no idea. But yeah, whatever, do one. Anyway, so yeah, so we had the thing with Tony Storm, and then MJF comes out. Actually, he's cut an in-ring promo this time, and basically he's talking about Hangman, giving him all sorts of crap, basically asking why can't you just give me my world title match, and that he'll earn it, and so on and so forth. Then Mark Briscoe comes out, makes the kosher pickle joke again, says that he wants to get his hands on MJF. I'm assuming that they're going to set it up for Forbidden Door in London, and have those two fight each other. Because obviously Mark Briscoe's like massively over at the minute. MJF's promo actually, again, it was really good. It was like I'm trying to think how to say, it was like a respectful way of, it was like a respectful way of being getting heat again, because he didn't insult his brother as such, as in Jay Briscoe. Hi, Becky, you all right, mate? Yeah, he didn't insult Jay Briscoe or anything, but again, he just went with the disappointment line. So he was just like, "You will never be as good as your brother," and then Mark comes in and tries to get MJF. So it's quite a good build. I like the way that they are mentioning Jay Briscoe, but they're keeping it kind of respectful. Like, if they go towards if they go towards what what's up, lad? What are you teaching? What are you teaching me? Talking about AEW. Rella, bless up. Have I got a church thing or something in the background? Because that's about the fourth or fifth religious comment that I've got since I've started doing the live stream. Don't really understand, but fine. Yeah, where was I? So, yeah, so MJF Briscoe happened. Then you had Swerve against I can't pronounce the gentleman's name, unfortunately. Is it Hechicano? Hutchicano? Somewhere along them lines. That was a really good match. Really enjoyed it. Swerve was really good as per usual. That was probably my favorite match of the night, to be honest. Oh, all right, dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cheers, Rella. Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks, mate. It. Sorry for context. I've just been trolled by a load of randomers, saying that I don't know. I hate Jesus and stuff, where I've not made any mention of Jesus. It was really weird. So sorry, I didn't mean it towards you, but yeah, yeah, I don't know why, but I've had a load of stick on the live stream for some reason, but yeah, yeah, cool. Cheers, man. Yeah, so after that, basically Okada comes out, tries to attack Swerve, um, and I think did he hit him with a chair? Sorry, it's really early in the morning, so I'm forgetting what's actually happened. Yeah, but basically Okada attacks Swerve Strickland, uh, but then Swerve sort of turns it round, puts Okada's head in the chair. Um, understand you. I understand you. I've had the same thing. Yeah, it is. It is weird. It's it's really really weird. I mean, I don't know why you would go on to some random person's live stream and start talking about something that's got nothing to do with pro wrestling. I don't know. I just ignore the trolls, to be honest. AEW was mental. Yeah, yeah. No, I was just saying at the start. I didn't enjoy it as much as last week. It was still a good show, but like, AEW's been on fire for like months now, 3 or 4 months. They've really got the groove back, and I've really, really been enjoying it. I just hope they can continue along. Like I said, I really enjoyed the show today. But it was probably because I really enjoyed last week's show. So it probably wasn't as good for me, but it was still really good. But yeah, anyway, so Okada sort of runs out the ring, gets away with the rest of the Don Callis family who are attacking Swerve as well. So I'm assuming it is going to be Swerve Strickland versus Okada at Forbidden Door, which I really, really hope. Like I said, I'm going to see Forbidden Door. I don't want to have a wonderful day. Oh, you too, mate. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Yeah, and then the main event was Mark Briscoe versus Claudio Castagnoli. That was probably the second best match for me. In fact, I like the Tony Storm match. I like the Briscoe match, and I really, really like the which was the match that I liked? Swerve versus Hetcher. I don't know if someone can pronounce this one. Is it Hechikero or Hochikero or something? I want Swerve to beat up Donso, but yeah, dude, yeah. I'm really, really hoping that he gets his ass kicked at London at the O2 Arena. Callis has had it coming for months. I mean, I actually think what might happen is that because Kenny Omega's not actually advertised yet for Forbidden Door. I mean, I know obviously they've got another month to settle the matches and stuff, but I wouldn't be surprised if any mate turns up unannounced, basically costs a card of the match, and then they end up having like a blood feud after that. Because I think they're tied on who's won what. I think they've both won 3 or 4 matches against each other or something. So maybe that'll be the rubber match, and hopefully, yes, Don Callis will get his ass kicked. What's your predictions for that match here in London? Yeah, like I said, dude, I reckon Swerve will go over and become the unified champion, and my random prediction, unless Omega gets put in another match, is that Kenny Omega runs in, basically attacks Okada behind the referee's back, costs him the match, and then Swerve wins. That's my rough prediction. Because assuming Kenny's got a sort of rest up now, because obviously he's had that massive thing with diverticulitis, and he has been wrestling obviously, but they can't have him wrestling every week at the minute because due to the nature of his condition. So maybe they're just going to rest him up for now after they've done All In. I don't know, or maybe he comes back for All Out. Who knows? But yeah, Briscoe versus Castagnoli. Really, really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed it. Hi Peter, you all right, mate? Um, oh, there was a random section. So I'm watching in England. I don't know if we've missed something over here, but Willow Nightingale had a random interview segment with Renee Paquette, where basically she was only on for about 30 seconds. Basically said, "What's next for me? I want to wrestle Tekla. Goodbye." And it was like, what the hell's that? Well, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know if someone can confirm if Tekla was there. Also, I love Tekla. She's like one of my favorite wrestlers in the world at the minute. I just love everything about her. I love uh, like the spider walk that she does. I love how hard hitting she is. I love her psychology in the ring, her ring work, all of it. She's absolutely fantastic. So I just I mean, obviously, that it looks like they are going to push her, but I really hope AEW don't mess this up because if they play this right, they've got a potential star there and they've got a potential women's world champion. I mean, I would like her to face Tony Storm, not yet because she's not built up enough, but I would like her to sort of be by the back end of the year in a conversation for Tony Storm's belt. Honestly, I'm really, really high now. I think she's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, but yeah, if anyone can let us know, was Tekla there because it was just really random. The Willow Nightingale segment. Anyway, besides the point. Um, so at the end of the Briscoe match, Claudio and the Death Riders come out, and then they start beating up Mark Briscoe, chair and everything. Mott's comes out, cuts another promo on Hangman Adam Page, and basically intimating that he's a coward. And then Page comes out, so he's had his match by now. Page comes out, walks straight into the whole ring with the Death Riders, and basically says, "Yeah, bro, I accept your challenge. I'm not a coward." I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly what he said. But what he said at the end was, because Mox got to choose the stip last time, Hangman's stip this time is the Death Riders are barred from ringside, which it does make me wonder whether there's going to be a bit of a swerve there because oh, actually, no, mind you, sorry. No, he said everyone's barred from ringside. Sorry, it's me being an idiot. So yeah, I do wonder what's going to happen there. I mean, you'd still expect someone to come in when the referee's back's turned. I don't know, but I can't imagine there's a world where Mox goes back over because they've just got the world title back, and people are getting really annoyed, myself included, because like I want to see the world title. And I get that's why they were doing it, to like antagonize the crowds and all that, but it was just like it was getting to the point where it was annoying. I mean, I love Mox, don't get me wrong. I've watched him for years, even from his early days, but it was getting to the stage where it's like this Death Riders thing is dragging a little bit, to be honest. But yeah, that's just fine. Peter, if WWE had never told that the WCW was bought by Vince and Shane, no one would, not knowing, it would have been in a better position right now. What great matches could have been set. Yeah, yeah. Well, dude, I used to watch WCW. I'm an old man, clearly, as you can see from the beard. So I'm from the Attitude Era. So I used to be one of the people that was flicking over between the channels. So you'd have, even in England, you'd have WCW and WWE, or WWF as was. Um, but they used to be on roughly at the same time in the UK as well. I think WCW might have started, ironically enough, an hour after Raw, possibly. I can't quite remember, but I used to have to flick over the channels, and there was a bit in the Attitude Era where, I mean, I mostly watched WWE, but there were points where you were just like, you're just going from one channel to the other, and it was just absolutely amazing. It's the best time in wrestling that I've ever had. Still miss it to this day. I would still like WCW to be here, but obviously we've got AEW now, and we've got organisations like TNA, and we've got New Japan. You've got loads of wrestling organisations over here as well, like Progress and stuff. Um, but yeah, yeah, no, it is a shame, but obviously it was a long time ago, so what can you do? I would love for the DMD to contend for the women's title. Dude, I was like, oh, I would like that as well, but I don't think that's getting resolved um anytime soon. I mean, the last I heard was that Britt Baker was cleared to wrestle a long time ago, and she's just literally not being used now, unless they're going to do a massive swerve of her and she comes back at Forbidden Door. I've got no idea, but it just seems such a shame that I know a lot of people don't like DMD, but I think she's absolutely fantastic. I think she's one of the best women's wrestlers in the world, or wrestlers in the world, to be honest. Um, I do wonder whether I wish I was around during the Attitude Era, but go with Sasha Banks, Paige, and other Charlotte. For yes, mate, yeah. That was really good when the women's revolution started. I think it all started on that night. So obviously Sasha Banks had that amazing match with Bailey at NXT. I forget when it was, but then I think it was a few weeks later when Stephanie McMahon Helmsley basically just randomly said, "Yay, we're having a women's revolution." Becky Lynch and I think it was Sasha. It was after that hashtag we want to give divas a chance. And then the next week they kind of pivoted and said, "Here you go, here's a women's revolution." It was like, oh, okay. So it was a bit clunky, but after that, obviously the women's wrestling's been absolutely outstanding. Personally, for me, I absolutely love Rhea Ripley from WWE side. And like I said, I'm really high on Tekla at the minute. If you guys haven't watched much of her, I'd thoroughly recommend going to watch her because she's really good. Absolutely fantastic talent. But yeah, just to as I close up, so Darby Allen was also in the crowd as well. So I just wonder whether Darby's going to be inserted into the storyline or whatever. Um, like I said, I've got a random feeling that he might end up joining the Death Riders. I don't know, but so yeah, for next week's Dynamite, which I'll be on after that as well, it's going to be Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page. Now I cannot see them doing a belt switch on a random episode of AEW Dynamite. I mean, hopefully they don't, and they don't restart the storyline all over again. But who knows? Who knows? They might just do it for the lols. Um, the only other thing that happened as well, I'm just checking my notes just quickly. Yeah, so they confirmed that Wrestle Dream is on October the 18th. So I've already put it on my schedule. I'm going to do a live reaction to that. So it's Sunday, October the 18th. They haven't given a start time in the UK yet, but I think we usually get it in the UK either 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'll order the pay-per-view on YouTube, and then I'll be doing like live reactions and stuff. So if you're new to the channel or want to subscribe to the channel, I'll be doing reactions to that. I can't put time on for it yet because AEW are a bit sneaky sometimes when it goes to when the pay-per-views are finishing. So the last one, I think it ended up finishing at something random like 20 past 3 in the morning. So I'll update it as of then. But yeah, I'll be watching that as well. But yeah, we're having Wrestle Dream. So that'll be I think there's All Out after All In, so that'll be a couple of weeks afterwards, and then Wrestle Dream presumably will be about 3 weeks after that. But yeah, lots of AEW stuff coming up. Peter, lots of wrestlers should have stars. Was one guy who should have been top guy. Okay. Was good. That's it. Was Sean O'Hare. Oh yeah, I remember Sean O'Hare. Yeah. Well, I think if I'm not much mistaken, wasn't Sean O'Hare meant to be? I don't know if I've got the wrong wrestler. Wasn't he meant to be in the original Evolution? And then they went for Randy instead, I think. As fine Jeff Jarrett by Vince, a wrong move when Vince Purge. It's a good move. Yeah, I remember that when he fired Jeff Mate as well. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, Matt. Yeah, oh my God. No, of course it was. Of course it was. Sorry. Yeah, no, it was Mark Ginger. Oh my God. Well, I apologise. It's very early here and very, very early now. I've been up half the night watching AEW. I do apologise, mate. Uh, uh, yeah, the Jarrett thing was insane because I remember when he held up WWE to have the match with China, and it was just a whole thing where it was just like Jeff wanted like I don't know, I think it was something random like $300,000 or $500,000, and Vince actually had to pay him because it was the night of the pay-per-view, and then he was just like, "No, I'm not having that." And then yeah, when obviously they did the takeover, he just fired him on live TV. Rhea Ripley is amazing. Who I aspire to be when I hopefully get my foot in the door to the wrestling world. Do martials. Oh yeah, cool. Nice one, nice one. Oh, so do you? So you want to be a um? So you want to be a wrestler as well? Oh, well done. I really hope well done on your journey. Well done. Good luck with your journey. Yeah, I hope you make it. That'd be really cool. Yeah. And so probably hope I'll get into it when I'm 21. Yeah. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big. Hopefully we'll be watching you on WWE AEW at some point soon. Yeah. Best of luck, brother. Um, the way Rhea Ripley fights reminds me of a wrestler called China. They're both in stuff. Yeah, no, well, so like I said, I'm very old now, so I was around when China was wrestling. Basically, I actually saw her make her debut in 1997. That's how old I am, basically. So, but yeah, no, China was incredible. Obviously, I know there's been a lot of controversy about the things that she was doing towards the end of her life, but she was an incredible talent, and I hope that she's remembered well. Yeah, rest in peace, Joni Laura. Basically, hoping to break through. I know it won't be a walk in the park. No. It's yeah, obviously it's tough to break into wrestling. Just I mean, not that I know anything about breaking into wrestling or anything. I'm just a big fat guy, just it basically. But I'd probably recommend finding a reputable school. Obviously, I don't know where you're located. Find somewhere that's reputable. Make sure they're training you properly and not taking the mick out of you. And just just try and make sure that you know what it is you want to do. Work on promos, all your moves, and what it is you want to be, basically. But get your get your advice from an actual wrestler, not from a big fat guy like me. Sting should have. Yeah, dude. No, I agree. I absolutely agree. It's absolute nonsense. That was one of the worst. This is to Peter. That the worst WrestleMania main events that I've well, it wasn't even the main event, a match that I've ever had the misfortune of meeting. Watching even it was absolutely appalling beyond what I mean. Why on earth Triple H had to actually win that match where you brought Sting in for the nostalgia pop? I have absolutely no idea. I mean, it was arrogance beyond words, in my opinion. Yeah, no, it was completely bloody stupid. And when they just had the NWO come out and DX, but there was like a mixture of them, and then they all hugged each other in the ring, like all knew each other for years, which obviously they did, but not in the companies. It was just yeah, it was absolutely bloody awful. I completely agree with you on that. What's your favorite betrayal of all time? Um, I'd have to go with the most famous one. Well, if you talk betrayal, it depends. It was probably going to be the night when Hogan turned and formed the NWO at Bash at the Beach in 90. I'm going to look really stupid now. 95. It's either 95 or 96. I think it was 1995. I think it's 30-year anniversary. So that, watching that, I didn't see it live, but obviously I knew about it, and it was uh, just insane at that point. Um, I also, it wasn't a betrayal as such because it was a non-kayfabe storyline, but the Montreal Screwjob has to be up there as well. I mean, that was just um, Bret Hart shouldn't have been as difficult as he was being, but then again, I understand Bret's point of view um, because he was being messed about. But there's ways and means you can come to agreement, but to humiliate like that on national TV, and obviously Shawn Michaels apologised in the period afterwards, but obviously that set Bret down a very, very bad path in his life, and I just thought it was very poorly handled by WWE. I mean, like I said, Bret shouldn't have been suggesting he was going to hold up the title, but to basically do that to him was not on, in my opinion. So yeah, cool. Anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'm probably going to get off in a second because I have a son waiting downstairs, waiting for his snack, which he's now yelling at me for. So yeah, I'm going to head off soon. So thanks everyone for watching. Just very, very quickly. So like I said, I'm going to be at AEW Forbidden Door on August the 24th, next month, UK bank holiday. So I'll go live beforehand because I'm going to go for a walk around the outer arena, see if I can see any of the wrestlers and see what the crowd's doing. There'll be a vlog of the whole night, so all the matches, all the entrances, the finishes, and so on and so forth. There'll be a travel vlog as well, and then I'll be doing shorts of the people that win the titles, basically. If you want to check out my channel as well, it's well, my handle's at Geek Boy Meta, but I've got there's loads of different stuff that I cover. So I cover horror, comic cons. Shout out to anyone watching San Diego Comic Con, by the way. I'm gonna go and watch it now because I'm a massive geek, as the name implies. But yeah, I do all sorts on the channel. So I'm a Liverpool fan, as you might be able to say. So I cover Liverpool as well, cover football. But yeah, I cover wrestling, and basically the section on channel is does wrestling. And then I also do a weekly podcast which is called Geek Boy A Wrestling Story. So I'm on quite a few times each week doing wrestling. And then, like I said, I'm going to be on most weeks for AEW. So I'm just looking at the comments as well. Yeah, so I'm usually on early hours of Monday morning, directly after Monday Night Raw. 3 or 4 hours after AW Dynamite on the Thursday, and then I'll usually do a podcast as well. So yeah, I've got loads of wrestling content on there. Like I said, I've got the first two AW All-Ins. I've got WWE as well when I went to go watch it in Sheffield. I'm meant to be going to Sheffield this weekend for Rev Pro, but if there's any UK wrestling fans of British wrestling who are watching this for some inexplicable reason, I meant to be watching UK Rev Pro in Sheffield, and I bought the tickets a month ago, and I have still not received said tickets, which I am not hugely impressed with, because I live in Leeds and I don't want to be travelling to Sheffield if I then find out my tickets have not been sent. So yeah, that's beside. Yeah, cool. Let me just read some more of your comments before I head off. I remember the Montreal school job had yeah. That Rella, I actually watched it in real time. Now I I'd been smartened up, but I'd still, because I was quite young then, I'd still kind of thought it was a shoot kind of thing, and I was like, what on earth is going on here? But that's because obviously it was done like to the point where the wrestlers and the referee didn't know what was going on. So I thought it was a legitimate shoot at the time. So I had to go and speak to one of my mates because I used to live in Derby, and I was like, "Oh, dude, did you see that last night? It was an actual shoot," and he was just like, "Dude, it's a work." And I was like, oh, not a work, sorry, as in like that it's a screw job basically. But yeah, yeah, no, it was insane. It was absolutely insane at the time. But basically from there, if you follow the timeline through, if the screw job never happens, I wouldn't say we would have never have got the rise of Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he might not have had the path that he had if the screw job had not actually happened, because obviously he was the next big star after that. So yeah, yeah, cool. Hopefully I'll see you there as well. Yeah, if you've got tickets, awesome, excellent. Um, the worst was Triple H one with the, oh, dude, honestly, that was absolute garbage. Yeah, I know the Royal Rumble that you mean. It was, oh god, it was awful. I mean, I think that was the one after the fiasco of the Roman one. Um, I think they had about 3 or 4 on the bounce or something like that in the noughties, uh, or the teens or whatever you call it. Where there were like 3 or 4 absolutely dreadful Royal Rumbles, not in terms of the match quality, but like the winners and stuff. And it was just like, what are you doing? Yeah, no, yeah, no, I know the Triple H one, mate. That's possibly the worst Royal Rumble I've ever seen in my entire life. Absolute garbage. Um, yeah. Should Jericho have won? Yeah, maybe, maybe. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena SummerSlam match part 2. Yeah, Kartik. Yes, I obviously like, I cover AW, but I'm a massive WWE fan as well. Look, I'm not a tribalist. I love all wrestling. I will happily sit down and watch any wrestling that you show me. I watch TNA as well. I'm really, really enjoying TNA. I used to go to TNA house shows in England when they used to come over to Manchester. I'm trying to see. I think Pro Wrestling Noah, from what I've heard, might be coming over to the UK. That's Japanese promotion, which I'm sure most of you know. Um, I'd like to get tickets for that. I'd love New Japan Pro Wrestling to come over to England because I've always really, really liked that. Yeah. Yeah, while I'm on here, yeah, so Rella and Kartik, Rhodes versus John. Um, Cody Rhodes winning second round. Do you know what? I've got no idea, Ella. I have absolutely no idea how to call that one. I think Cena. I think Cena might go over. I've got a random theory that because, and I know this is really, really, really weird, but they keep mentioning Brock Lesnar. Like, if you listen to Raw, it's got to the stage where he's getting mentioned every single week, and they're not like massive nudge wink mentions, but they'll just drop it in. Um, Obviously, Cody had the match with Brock where I think he made him tap out in the end or something like that. Um, my random theory is that Cody's about to beat Cena, and then Brock Lesnar comes in, F5's Cody, and Cena keeps the belt. Now, I'm probably completely wrong on that, and I have no basis for that argument whatsoever. But the reason I'm saying is I think eventually Cody gets the belt back, but I think it's on the night Cena retires. Again, I'd love Cody to win. I've got a little lad downstairs who is a huge Cody Rhodes fan, so it would make my life a hell of a lot easier if Cody could just win this weekend, to be honest. Then, um, Your other option is obviously is are they going to turn Cena babyface before he leaves, um, so that the crowd can say a proper goodbye? Because obviously he is ending in Boston, which is his hometown, and look, he's going to get a big cheer when he leaves, whenever, and there's going to be like a standing ovation that goes on for like 20 minutes or whatever. But do they want him to do that as a face or a heel? Because if he's a heel and then she's back for his retirement speech to a babyface and says, "Oh yeah, I love you all," really, it's just going to be a bit like, okay, that's a bit weird. But yeah, no, it'll be. I still think Cody at the end of his last night might win the belt. The other option is, I just wonder whether they switch Cody into Homelander mode at Cena's expense, i.e., turn Cody heel, because I don't know if it's just me, but he has been a little bit heelish recently. I mean, some of the things that he did with Randy Orton were borderline heelish. I mean, I know it's following the story where obviously he couldn't get the job done and get Cena because he hesitated through hitting him and stuff. Just making sure I've got the rest of your comments because I'm just going to answer all of them. So yeah, in answer to your question, Rel, I don't know. I've got no idea. I'm going to stick with Cena going over and my random prediction about Brock Lesnar. So yeah, yeah. Oh, you agree? Yeah, nice one, cool. Seth Rollins cashing some. Yes, Kartik. Well, that's the other thing, isn't it? Sorry, no, this is meant to be an AW stream, but like I said, that's fine. That's the other thing, isn't it? I mean, is it a work? I can't see it being a work, but if Rawlins has got everyone in on it, maybe he does cash in. But who does he cash in on? Does Cena go over more or less clean on Rhodes, and then Seth Rollins cashes in on, and maybe it's Cena then chasing Rollins? Or does Rhodes win and then Seth cashes in on Cody and really annoys the crowd? If it's a work, which I really don't think it's a work, but I could be wrong. If it is a work, fair play to WWE. But what killed me was Cody getting John Cena's ex-girlfriend on his part. Yeah, yeah, I did think that. It was kind of like really subtle trolling. I mean, you would imagine not that Nikki Bella needs John Cena to Cena's permission to do anything, because like I am of the opinion that women do not need a bloke's permission to do anything that they don't wish to do, because I'm not a complete moron. But yeah, I guess a conversation might have had to have been diplomatically had. I mean, I think Nikki and John have been at the same arena a couple of times now, so maybe there was an awkward conversation. Well, maybe not. I mean, at the end of the day, Cena's married now, and Nikki's been married to a less than charming gentleman, is the politest thing I can say. But yeah. Yeah, maybe there was a conversation that needed to be had, but it did seem like subtle trolling, didn't it, really? Bold, but I'm bold. Me too, more or less. I've got like a pizza slice here, hence the gig hat. I wear it all the time, dude. So yeah. Anyway, folks, thank you all for watching. Oh, just quickly before I go. So, like I said, AEW 24th. Oh, well, yeah, I've noticed it's just the fact that he chose to do the interview just before. So that's what I thought. It was like proper trolling, wasn't it? Yeah, no, fair play if it is to Cody. Yeah, I mean, I'd like his wife to get involved as well, because I really like Brandy. I mean, I know she's kind of like said that she's sort of retired and wants to be like a businesswoman now, but I actually quite like Brandy Rhodes as well. So hopefully she comes back one day. But yeah, just quickly. So yeah, watching AEW. I'm going to. I don't know if anyone lives in the great city of Leeds that I do, but I will be going to see WWE live at Leeds on the 27th of August, if you want to make a note of that. So my plan is on that night, if any WWE fans watching, which you obviously are, I'm going to, so I'm going with me missus and I'm going with my lad. I'm going to do a live video beforehand when it starts, so I'll just show you all around where the arena is, the First Direct Arena in Leeds in the city centre. I'm going to do a vlog, obviously. I'm going to do uh, loads of shorts and who wins the matches, etc., etc. And then after I've got my family home, I'm going to go live after WWE Leeds, and just round up everything that's happened. If anyone is interested in watching, like I said, we're going to Rev Pro Wrestling this weekend in Sheffield. Still have not been presented with tickets, so I've got a feeling I'm in speak of the Montreal screw job. This might be the Sheffield screw job, because I'm going to be if I lights and stuff. So yeah, and like I'm on here Monday, early Saturday morning covering Monday Night Raw, EW, and then I usually do a vlog for SmackDown, but I don't do that live because my son also watches WWE and he really likes Cody, so we watch that together on like a Saturday morning. So my vlog for SmackDown is like way after that, so it might be like Saturday afternoon or something like that. Yeah, so yeah. Kartik, Jake Fatu joining Zella. Yeah, yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm hoping Jacob in Leeds actually. I actually think I get massively screwed over. Massively in at SummerSlam. I don't know why, but I've just got a feeling that and join the proto bloodline thing, whatever it is they're trying to do, because Jimmy's kind of spinning because obviously his brothers had all the success, and obviously no offense, Jimmy's a fantastic wrestler, but he's kind of what's he doing? Um, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Jimmy screws over Jacob and that Solo keeps the belt. I mean, I really not. I don't want to have a go at people because I'm quite a positive guy, but I'm but for a start off, this is just a random comment. Solo Sikoa's music is the worst music in professional wrestling that I think I have ever heard. Absolute garbage. Like I said, I don't usually criticize wrestlers and stuff, and I don't criticize all the hard work they do, but I cannot stand that song. It is absolutely just horrendous, to be honest. I think Solo Sikoa's work is fantastic, but I just don't connect with him at all. I quite like it when he's being funny, um, but when he's trying to be like a hard man, I just don't. Don't be wrong. I mean, I wouldn't start on Solo Sikoa because I mean he beat the living crap out of me basically, but I just don't find him believable in that role, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I think Solo might go over on Jacob. Anyway, that's besides the point. It was a pleasure meeting you, man. Subscribe to them post. Oh, thank you very much, Well, it's been lovely speaking to you as well. Listen, just like I said, trying to be positive in my life at the minute. So if you want to be a wrestler, go out and do it. Go out and do it, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Um, it's been a pleasure speaking to you as well. Thank you very much, and thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Sheffield Screwjob, I love it. Yeah, I know. Uh, yeah, um, yeah, I do come out with some decent liners. No entrance theme song will ever be as good as Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh yeah, dude, that was um yeah, I used to love Nakamura's old music. I mean, I'm biased, so I'd always say Stone Cold Steve Austin. Uh, that glass shattering, it was just jump out of my seat in Derby and Telford, where I used to when it came out. Obviously, Taker's entrance was Nakamura's a completely different vibe, but like Taker's overall entrance was amazing. Like American Badass as well. Um, Shawn Michaels was another one. Uh, Goldberg, as much as people don't like him, used to have a pretty cool entrance as well. But yeah, no, it was cool. Very cool. Um, thank, hope you enjoy your morning with your little dude and Sunday. Good morning. Oh, thank you, AC. Yeah, yeah. So, AC makes a very good point. Yeah, thank you, thank you, dude. So I'm going to be now watching San Diego Comic Con. like, well, now as soon as I go downstairs, so I'm going to have it on for hours basically. So I'm a massive, as you might be able to see, I'm a massive toy collector. Um, in fact, speaking of AEW, check out that guy. That's my man Swerve Strickland. So that's probably one of the last wrestling figures that I got. About a month ago when they released it in the UK. Honestly, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Swerve is one of my favourite wrestlers. I absolutely love him. But I've got loads of wrestling figures which aren't on show at the minute. I've got my Austin up there, got my Punk there. Yeah, no. Yeah, why was I telling that for? Oh yeah, so yeah, basically, so I'll be doing lots of stuff on San Diego Comic Con from today. So if there's any news, that'll be on the channel as well. And also, um, and please ignore if you're just here for the wrestling, but I'm actually going to see a movie that ends in four, but not the Four Horsemen. So yeah, I'm going to go see Fantastic Four tonight because I do like a movie podcast as well. So I'll be doing like a discussion after that as well a bit later on tonight. So it'll be like, I don't know, that'll be in about 15 hours or something random like that. So yeah, that's coming up on the channel as well. Like I said, there'll be Comic Con coverage for the next 4 days, I think, till Sunday night. And also, I'm hopefully going to see Rev Pro. Fingers crossed, but I can't confirm. The buggers haven't given me the tickets yet, basically. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look. Stone Cold Austin theme song gives me full body. Yeah, I love it. Swerve is a great addition to AEW for sure. Yeah, no, he's one of my favourite. I think Swerve Strickland. I mean, like I said, I watched WWE and respectful for Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay are my favourite two wrestlers in the world. Closely, randomly followed by Tekla. I honestly, I absolutely love her. I think she's future world champion, but hopefully, yeah, pull the trigger on that. Right, folks. Yes, so I've got a hungry boy who is shouting me, "I'm coming, dude, I'm coming." Thanks for watching this. I'm really sorry if you saw those random comments from the random star. No idea what on earth that was all about, but yeah, they need to get a life and stop being trolls and grow up at the end of the day. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, thank you for everyone that's interacted with me. Those very stupid people left the chat. Yeah, like I said, I'll release every single Thursday, hopefully, from now on. Can't wait for Fantastic Four. Yeah, when I saw it at the end of the, yeah, it's I can't wait. The end credit scene I think is going to be incredible tonight. It's incredible, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you very much, Rilla. You as well. You've been a pleasure to talk to, and like I said, you go and be a wrestler, and I believe in you. And very best of luck from me. Right, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.